I can't. I I don't see anything. Oh,
We see you.
here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We see you. We see you, my sister.
Oh, okay. I hope this is good, guys. I hope it's good.
This is great, man.
perfect, perfect. Yeah,
Perfect. You are the great Jaz Elise.
Oh man, in my bob. Bob.
Yeah. So you're up. Speaking of Bob, man, I went to Jamaica last August, and went to 9 Mile. It was one of the greatest experiences of my life. You know why?
Why?
Because I had to experience them big potholes going up to 9 Mile.
Welcome to Jamaica.
Yeah,
Well,
and I mentioned this before in a couple of interviews, right? So on the road, because the driver said, "I'm gonna take you the long way so you can get the real experience," you know. So we're driving. I'm like, okay, this has to be like a 1-lane road, but it was not. Matter of fact, we got to one point and a truck literally had to like back up, and then I'm like, these guys are skilled, man, and then back up in like a little curve thing, and then we went past and,
and then you pass.
yeah, you know. So I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and they have some small roads too, but I think Jamaica win.
Okay, Trinidad in the building.
Yeah,
both of us from Trinidad, actually. So
Oh, nice.
So I actually have a dub from you from the last time we talked before. Actually, not face to face, but we were on the station for like 26 years. Uncle L and I. Uncle L came like the last 10 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
since 2009. Yeah, that's my.
Yeah, and then they put us off for like 6 years, and now we're back.
Yay.
It was
Back
it
on
was
the radio.
4.
It was
Welcome
4.
back, guys.
Yeah. Thank you very much. All right, let's get into it because we can talk all day. You know. So for you in the hills, where at in the hills?
Up in the hill. Oh, can I say this is on recording?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's been
recording, but
recorded.
we can edit.
Oh, up, Jamaica, the hills, the nice hillest of hills.
The
with
hillest of hills.
The hillest of hills, the nice hillest of hills. I'm up in Stony Hill.
Okay, is that where Protoje Studios? Who has a studio in the hills?
No, that's the other side of the hills. Yeah, there's always hills in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Like every nook and cranny, you have a hill that adjoining, but that's on the other side.
Okay.
Not up this side.
I enjoyed the hills though, man, because like I said, going up to 9 Mile, right? You see the Rasta man with the donkey with fruit on it. You look on the side of the hill. Sounds like it was pretty amazing though, because the whole hill. I'm just saying cabbage because I couldn't really make out what it was. You know what I mean? But the
Yeah.
whole side of the hills was just fruit. It was, for me, coming from Trinidad and the country in Trinidad, it was a really cool experience. You know what I mean? Because I hadn't been to the Caribbean in a while. All right, let's go into Jaz Elise now, and let's take us back. We always like to start from the beginning, right? And like honestly, most of the artists we interviewed, they started singing in church.
Yeah.
You know, now with you, your dad was actually a musician. I think he played organ, piano, and something else. Guitar, bass.
Guitar, organ, piano.
Right. And you have 2 sisters, older sisters or younger?
Yeah. I'm the wash belly. I am. I'm the wash belly.
So, are you the only one that took, I would say, grasp onto music, like singing, or does your sisters sing also?
No, they sing too. They sing. Both my sisters have beautiful, amazing voices. Like if they didn't, save lives through medicine,
Right.
they would be out here singing up a storm. They're amazing vocalists.
Oh wow. So
How come your parents never like try to make you guys into a group? You often see that a lot,
I mean,
parents-
we always used to sing. We used to sing together in like church and that kind of stuff. But my parents they were never the type of parents to force us to do anything. So anything we wanted to do, they just encouraged us. Like, okay, you want to do this? You know what you're doing? Go do it. So they wanted to do medicine. My parents encourage and support them to do that. And they still sing at church. They still sing, but not like as a career.
right.
Anything.
And you actually went to school for psychology.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
You
you
know, it was like I remember when I left high school, I was like, oh my God, I want to be a lawyer.
right,
Because you know, there's a kind of thinking when you leave school, like people only some people tend to focus on like, okay, doctor, lawyer,
right,
or teacher, or depending
Engineer.
which, or engineer, depending on which school you go. And when it comes to things in the creative arts, like I always grew up with my dad being a musician, but in church, you know what I mean,
right.
like on the gospel side of things. So I never had as wide a understanding of what's possible in music until like I started singing more, and I was like, you know, let me try do this. And then I become more exposed to the other kinds of careers in the creative industry, which includes singing, you know.
Right, right. Um, what religion was it? That's just my own personal curiosity.
What?
What religion was it that your
Oh,
parents
Christianity, you know, devotion, church, them kind of.
like? Well, what like for me it was Seventh Day Adventist, and the reason why I asked because I think it was Mortimer and
Oh,
somebody else, right? Uncle L grew up in the
I think
seven.
it was Mortimer. I think no, was it Mortimer or Samurai?
Yeah, one of
Mortimer. It
them.
might have been Mortimer. I think. Yeah.
Yeah, grew up in Seventh Day Adventist church, and the reason why I asked him that question is because when I came up, boy, it was if you went out to the secular world and did anything, it was like you're going to hell, you know, you know what I mean, that type of vibe.
oh.
So, did you get any of that type of vibe from your parents and all, being that they're so strong in the church?
No, well, I so there's a half of my church that grew up Baptist,
Okay,
and then I grew up Methodist.
okay,
So pretty chill church actually.
yeah,
So you know, I used to sing in church, but you know, no, there wasn't any backlash or any. My experience wasn't one where even my church was hyper involved in my life
right,
either. There were things along the way at church that never have nothing to do with music. You know, where elders might say, "Oh, you wear this," or "Your hair look
yeah,
like this," or they have, you know, but that was few and far between from my experience. But I know that is a real reality for a lot of other people where maybe their denomination might frown upon certain things, and they
right,
might not feel as free,
yeah.
feel make a certain life choice, you know, and it's a real thing. It's a real thing.
Yeah. That's really why I asked that question, because a lot of times you get pushback. And I also noticed that a lot of the artists, right, that started in church, the lyrics tend to be more positive. You know what I mean? Like they don't really take to the, for a lack of better choice, or as a slackness side of reggae, which is for Uncle L and I is great because we don't play that side of music anyway.
Um,
You know what I mean? We stick more to the positive side of music. Um,
yeah.
there came a point where you hooked up with JLL, I believe, right? But that was
Mhm.
after you was in a performance arts group. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a group named Quilt where again I was just doing these things because wherever my passions lead me, I would
Right.
just find myself in spaces being around like-minded creatives who just love to perform. And so I was dancing, I like to sing. So I ended up in a group named Quilt, and we just do like conscious performances, and it was mainly like a drama based group, but
Okay.
the which was new to me because I never did drama or anything. But you know, through that I got exposure to how like the theater and acting on stage, and I mainly used to dance and sing as a part of that, you know, collective.
Right.
But through that, like I got my exposure to doing the short films that I did and being on film and that kind of thing. And it just was like a natural progression because I'm always excited to do anything creative. That I mean, you know,
Right.
like, me love it. It wasn't even a thought. It's just, oh, here I am around these people who love creating, who love performing, and it just felt like home. It felt comfortable, and I just find myself there more and more and more. And with the performances, and he came to one of the performances, and through that we got introduced. a friend of mine introduced me to him officially, and then he was like, yeah, I came to one of your performances, you're dope, I see what you do. And he was like, he was a couple years into doing production, but very low key.
Right.
Yeah, at the time, like, so that's how we connected, and you know, the rest is history.
You know, it's when I think of Jaz Elise in my mind, I think more of like culture reggae. That's just me though. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
JLL seemed to be more of like more dancehall-ish, contemporary dancehall-ish. Is that accurate?
Yeah, funny enough, that's kind of how maybe that's why I kind of gravitated towards him, because his beats were, he never did like strictly one drop reggae or anything. It was
Right.
always just more dancehall leaning.
Right.
So like with a heavy drum, with a prominent drum, with something that would drive you to move, and you know, and as a dancer, like I was always attracted to that. Which is why, you know, a lot of my music outside of like the one drop, the reggae kind of
Right.
leaning stuff, is very like tempo based, drum based. Like you think of Fresh and Clean, you think of For You, like it's not the typical
Right.
sound that you'd hear. You
Right.
know what I mean?
And then you did another one. It's 2 singles you do with him, right? Fresh and Clean and then For You.
We did quite a bit. So this most recent single is his and Izzy's production, Unforgettable. And then so it's
Is it?
The
Well,
recent single, yeah.
Yeah, that's my song. You can tell we killed that song.
Uh,
Yeah, we killed that song, man. You know what I mean? And I was watching the For You video, and it's crazy. Like certain things stand out to you in videos, right? You know, one, it was like I saw a little bit of your dancing skills. I'm like, okay, Jaz Elise, all right, you know. But then it was like the first scene, I think, where you were in the kitchen. You know, you know what caught my eyes? The fresh fruit in the kitchen. That caught my eyes. Like, oh, I want to go home. I want some mango right now. You know what I mean? Hey, go ahead, Uncle L, because I always say this, Jaz Elise. I'll take over the whole interview and talk all day. And Uncle L, you know, he don't just cut in. He'll just wait for me to finish. I'm like, I gotta let him get his piece.
Well, I mean, we've been doing this for a while, and
True.
you know, I think we build off each other, so it's no big deal. But it's interesting because you mentioned that I actually didn't know. I thought Unforgettable, the new song, was actually a full Izzy Beats production. So you're saying is the two of them work together on it?
Yes, Izzy and JLL. So if you're listening the beginning of the song, you would hear like JLL Productions. Then it goes into, yo, Izzy, are you kidding me?
We just hear the Izzy part.
I think it's because Izzy's intros are so common, and I've heard it so much that I didn't pick up on it. JLL. That's why. Okay.
And it's funny because typically there are only maybe a couple songs that JLL has that has a tag in it.
Mm-hmm.
He never usually does a tag. So even when we were doing our stuff, it was just like, okay, I put out something, they probably expect that it's him produce it, and it has a particular sound, so you know that it's him kind of thing. Mm-hmm. If you know like his drums and just the energy and stuff that comes with it. So this time around, because you know Izzy's tag is like, that's his thing. So I was like, you know, if you put a tag in the song too, you know, we find a tag. And so we're just like, yo, we're sifting through which one, and we selected that one, and yo, Jelly. And then it goes into Izzy's one. So yeah.
That's nice. So I mean, yeah, and it's interesting. You kind of talked about, you know, the one drop side, you know, the JLL production side. When you talk about and think about your place in the industry right now, where do you think it is? Like, where do you know, what is Jaz Elise's vibe? And where does it fit into the industry, and how do you perceive that?
You know, that's a great question, because I mean, I think most people consider me a reggae artist, of course, but I like to say I'm just a Jamaican artist, because I think my lyrical content and just as you were mentioning, like it's more conscious. Even if it's about love, like it's there's an approach to it, especially in reggae music, that's a bit different. That kind of would make them say, okay, this is reggae versus this is dancehall. Even more than just the beat itself. I think that the content have a lot to do with where they place you as well. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I honestly, like I've been experimenting a lot the just since I start music, and my heart is obviously with something that's up tempo and upbeat, and I don't know what that means for where my place is. To be honest with you, I can't tell you because I'm not a straight one drop artist. I don't typically just live in that realm of one drop. I'm not a roots music artist either. But would I dibble and double? Sure, but means I don't know. I'm just here doing my best, trying to tell the stories that my stories and the stories that matter to me and that are meaningful and that I hope can reach people and impact people, make them feel seen and heard and just feel something.
All right. Okay. So I have a question. So speaking of being seen and heard, one of the one of the things that we saw and heard you and Lila and
Naomi Cowan.
Lila Iké, Savannah, and Naomi Cowan when you all did that rock and groove thing
that
for the
was
BBC
nice.
One Extra folks.
That was nice.
Talk about that experience, what led to it, and the impact. I mean, I could obviously talk about how it impacted me watching you guys, but how did it all come about, and talk about that, tell that story.
No, tell me, I want to hear, like, how did it impact you? Like, what was your experience of it?
Well, so obviously we love BBC One Extra, Shawnee B. I mean, honestly, and Neil will probably say the same thing. Is like that's when we want to grow up. That's who we want to be. We want to do that kind of stuff. Go places, interview the artists, have them freestyle live for us. So I think just seeing all of y'all, and actually, it's funny because. I think that came out in like 2021, right?
So 2020.
It was like yeah. So I think we had a period in maybe 2018, 2019 when we had actually interviewed all of y'all.
Everybody.
So we had interviewed Savannah, we'd interviewed Lila, we'd interviewed Naomi, and we'd interviewed you. So it was like, yeah, we talked to them, and then y'all came out, and it was just like y'all were flowing, and the rock and groove rhythm is that's just like it's like a classic one drop style rhythm. It just flows, and so then just kind of seeing how the four of you guys just interchange off each other, it was fun, and so. That's how I experienced it.
Yeah. Same with me. It's just seeing the fun, and it made it look like you guys just get along so well. Now I don't know if you're doing that, but it just makes it seem like, man, let's just go and groove out with my people. It also showed that there are really highly skilled young females in reggae music, and reggae music is still here, right? Because for a while, what took over reggae music was slackness, like stab out the pum pum and I'm gonna kill you.
Oh Lord!
It was those subject matters. I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? And nothing against those guys. Like we just don't prefer that type of music, the type of people that we are. So the type of people that we are seeing, that it was like, yes. The smiles on you guys' face. It was awesome to see. It was awesome to see.
Yeah, that was the experience. It was truly. It's funny reflecting on this every time because and the reason why I ask you is because maybe my answer will be underwhelming. Because at the end of the day, for me, what it felt like was, yeah, man, just there around my friend them and we all a vibe.
Yeah.
And that may not sound as grand, you know, as but that's really what it was. We par
Right.
and we just say, yo, we're gonna them say we're gonna sing some song. I was say, all right, cool, make we just all have vibe. And we were just like messing around and you know just having fun and for that to translate as something meaningful to people, I like to hear that even more than me saying, yeah, we were just having fun, because at the end of the day, that's what music is. Music is us being as authentic as we can be and trying things and just doing and then hoping that it impact people in the way that it, as you say, it impacted. But it was fun. It was fun, and I had zero expectation of what impact it would have. Like I didn't know much about the series fully.
Right.
I just seen some of it, but I didn't, like, I just had no expectation. The world did soon shut down after that, and it was just like meaningful to so many people in a crucial time when everybody felt so disconnected too. So man, I give thanks for even being part of something like that, and Shawnee B and the whole team just giving us a stage, be ourselves. I'm so grateful for it.
Yeah, and I
I
think
heard one thing. I heard a story like it almost didn't happen, or it wasn't actually supposed to happen that way. Like something about, I think Marsha Griffiths was supposed to show up and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think initially maybe that was thrown around, like to have us do something with Marcia Griffiths.
Okay.
I think so. And then I think it became just us at Habitat. I'm not sure how or why. I don't know the inner workings of that, but that does sound familiar, like what you just said a while ago, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the reason why we were so impacted by it, even though you think it's not grand, right? Because you're just partying with your friends and having a good time. But I think that's why it resonated with people so much, though, because that's exactly what it showed. It's fun, man. These girls just chilling, having a good time. If it would have seemed forced in any type of way, it wouldn't have the same impact. You know what I mean? A question just jumped in my head, being that Uncle L mentioned Marcia Griffiths. Is there any female artists from back then that you look up to? Maybe that's a bad question, but you know what I mean? When I say look up to, like influence you is a better influence you. Yeah.
Well, I can answer both. In terms of look up to all of them. Right. Every single one of them. Every dancehall, reggae included, all of them. This industry is not easy.
Right.
And it's not until having a couple years in it where I'm just like, yo, if a woman is still in this industry, no matter what song she sing, no matter what her style is or anything, if she's still here and still taking up space, yo, that's something to look up to for me as a artist who is a woman and know what it feel like and know the struggles and the trials and all of that stuff. So like literally every single woman artist we do it in a reggae music, I look up to in that regard, from Spice to you know, as you say, Miss Marcia Griffiths, Tanya Stevens, Etana, Alaine, Queen Ifrica, Tessan Chin, Tammy, like all of them, every single one, like I have to give them due and give them respects. In terms of like artists that influence me now, my Huffy mention, that's before our generation.
Right.
I have to mention Miss Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
Right? I have to mention, outside of even reggae music, like for me, India Ari, Erykah Badu, you know, in reggae music, I rate Etana. Etana coming up in like I used to grow up listening to her like when I was a child.
Right.
And the consciousness of her lyrics and how she just demand the space. And Tanya Stevens, when I got a little older, I was able to listen to like Gangsta Blues.
Yeah.
Couldn't listen, never allowed to listen to them, some of them when I was young, but like them album there. And just how lyrical she is and how unafraid as a woman if you go there lyrically.
Right.
And stand upside of any man and still, you know, manage to can sing one of the biggest love songs in Jamaica as a woman is just like, yeah, it's really, really inspirational style. What I guess I don't know. It's tough. It's tough because there's just I like there's different things that I connect to from every woman.
Right.
Differently.
Right.
No man no rough, no man no tough, no man no better than no man. For every man in a Jamaica is just a simple man. And if you upper America use a simple man, you could have fire 16 or you fire M1. You go step on ninja finger, and step on Shabba Anna, and step in a him head and this number one them ball. Boom, 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 out of the channel and first at first.
All right, let's go into your first LP, right? Was it LP?
Yeah, EP.
EP. Well, let's say the LP on here, but it's EP because we're in this age now, right? Yeah. The Golden Hour. How did that come about? Because you worked with Protoje on that project, right? How was it working with Protoje?
It was great. It was amazing. It was. Remember, this would flow like straight from the rock and groove and that kind of stuff.
Because he produced that rhythm with J Vibe, right? Rock and groove rhythm. J Vibe is dope too, man.
Dope producer.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just ran straight from that into EP. Let's do a project, RCA EP, and I was just like, okay, dope. Let's do it. And it was just like again, all of we have our own vibes. We like different things, and all of we just in a studio. Even though like they were released on a stagger, so like you know, I think Lila own came out, then Seven, then mine, like maybe a year or 8-9 months after. So we kind of were staggered through studio,
right?
When we were working on it, and it was just like everything just come together en masse. Just like, all right, all the producers that we want to work with, and we were working with the same producers. Well, I just was like, yeah, the same producers as I kind of was always working with, and naturally JLL, you know, and then I worked with Izzy on it as well, and you know, Ayatosh and Natural High. Me no want to forget nobody.
Which songs Ayatosh produced for you?
After Tree.
After Tree, all right. Yeah.
With Mortimer. Yeah.
That's a nice one.
Yeah, hold on. Now that you mentioned it, give me 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite songs. It's one of like I would do a whole album with Mortimer.
I know. I
We're
feel
ready
you.
for it.
beauty from within, I see it clearly. Tasteful in your way, you're evidently just the kind of flower in my daydream.
Man, you see why I'm always trying to sing y'all songs, because it sounds so good. I feel like I want to sing it too, but then I gotta tell myself, no, dude, just do the interview and shut the hell up. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah. So you say you would do
a part two. I have a part two to this song, you know.
Oh really?
Okay. What, after 4?
When we, no, it no name after at all.
Okay.
But is that, yeah, I have a little song with Mortimer. Was that a little follow up from that one, yeah?
Yeah. Mortimer was dope. He was in our series of interviews. He was our very first one, as a matter of fact. Man, you guys are so cool, and that's why these interviews are so just heartfelt to us. You know what I mean? Because this era of this group of folks, you know what I mean, that we interviewed so far. I mean, it's a blessing to interview you guys, because I think reggae music is in a good place. You know what I mean? Reggae music is in a good place. And again, I always say this, it's not to talk down on anyone, because everybody have their own story. So even the guys that do the music on the other side have their story. You know what I mean? But this side of it is refreshing. It's like, yeah, reggae music is here. Like our whole show, this is what we play. We rarely play, and sometimes we gotta remind ourselves, hey man, you're from Trinidad, play some soca, boy. You know what I mean? But yes. but you know, Uncle L and I match perfectly, because our vibe is this type of vibe. Hey man, take me into a studio session, right? So for the EP, I'm at, you're in studio with Iotage. I don't know if some of your friends, Lila or Naomi, or if anybody's in there with you while you're recording, right? So it's like are you in the booth recording? It's like every take is perfect, or somebody, no, man, sing that again. Like take me into a studio session.
No, it depends. So for instance, just I can use specific songs. So when we're doing Rock and Groove, all of us were in studio. Me, Sev, Lila, we were in studio with Protoje, and I think Naomi may have recorded her separately, but when I was voicing mine, I remember Sev was like, yeah man, say this, fix this, so sing that again, man. And then maybe Diggy would have said like, yo, put the last verse as the first verse and switch it round. And Lila said, yeah man, that vibe there, and that's the same thing. Like when Lila record now, we are saying, yeah man, that line, yeah, all right, this vibe, and everybody was just encouraging, and it was just a vibe. So that's one example,
right?
Where I think most of us came with our songs as finished as they were. Like we prepared the songs, with a demo and everything, and just had to voice maybe like 1 line, 2 line, 3 line missing, but that energy was just like really palpable in studio. And then there are sessions where so for instance with Rice and Peas with the Genius, I had no idea what we were gonna do in that session.
Right.
We just link up. Him asked me how I'm feeling, which I love. When that was a great experience. Like, how are you feeling today? And I say, me in one good vibe, which for him was like, all right, I'm gonna let that lead the kind of rhythm. Wow. So him give me a fast, him just start something fast paced, something tempo wise, because I was in a great mood.
Right.
So naturally that's what's gonna flow and come out. And I just felt so good. And when him give me that rhythm, then I say, all right, what am I gonna write to this? I'm gonna say, all right, Steven, give me a second. And I just kind of start humming, and I walking around the studio, and this was just me and him.
Right.
And then I step outside and I come back with the chorus.
Nice.
And then we build a song from that. It's like, all right, Omega go with this. And having that experience with him was my second experience writing with him, because the first experience I had was me, him, and another writer. And this time around now was just me and him. And Steven already is like, he's a musician, he's a producer, a writer, like and he really encouraged me. Like it wasn't a takeover thing, yeah man, I'm gonna do it. It was like, yo, I trust you. What's your heart telling you? you can say it, man, say it. And it was very encouraging to have that experience. And that's another kind of experience. And then we'll just Billy song, boop, 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 spend a couple hours and then boop, song done.
Wow.
You know, and then there are sessions where like for instance with After 3, I got the rhythm. I was like, okay, this is I heard it. I was like, yeah, give me the rhythm here. And I was like, all right, I have a energy, I have a vibe, and I instantly knew that I wanted Mortimer on it. Instantly.
Right.
You know, and then I had the idea, brought it to Mortimer. We went up to studio, sat, had a conversation, a deep conversation, and then, you know, we both started to mold and write, and you know, him put theme verse together after my verse, and then we say, all right, how we are going to do bridge, and that kind of collaborative thing. I mean, not like, guys, sorry for talk so much, but
no, please.
like
That's kind of the point. That's what we
Please.
want.
but just I realize, my experience is collaborating, especially with writers or with artists, with producers, has been it's really a blessing, because even working with Koffee on the Fresh and Clean remix was just, he's from the dancehall world, but I mean, the man is like a professional. I'm talking about, these are people who are so cool, so dope, and they respect reggae music. You know what I mean? So professional, and him respect the vibe, him do him verse, and him feel the energy, and him show up to shoot, and I even same thing with Mortimer, like similar vibe and the same experience with Rock and Groove. Like, these are people who love music. We have such a respect for the craft, respect for what they have to offer, and you know, even like this upcoming single that I have, we're not gonna say too much about, but it's with a feature. It's featured with an artist in a dancehall world.
Okay.
And it's a different kind of, you know, different from Mortimer, different from whatever, and him having respect in the space that he's in.
Right.
And working with him, there is a respect for the music. You know what I mean? It's different lyrics from where him used to singing in certain regards, but the professionalism and the respect for the music is there, you see me? Like, them respect what we do. Yeah. And as a woman experiencing that, and even the song that we do come out, we have features with different, like, that has been my experience. Every single artist where give me a verse, where sit in studio with me, there's such a respect for the music and respect for the writing process and the work. And to me, that is what make an industry more than just getting a verse. You know what I mean? When them rate what reggae music mean and what it stand for.
Yeah. The interview we did before you was Jalil, and he said something to that effect. He was like, man, I want to do songs with some of the dancehall artists on them, so we can kind of, because when you mention whoever the artist is, he changed up his lyrics. It's not the normal type of lyrics he would do, right? Jalil said the same thing. As predominantly a culture artist, he want to do songs with some of the dancehall artists, you know, to create that type of vibe, you know what I mean? So hearing you say that was it was pretty cool. Go ahead, Uncle L.
And it's interesting too, because same thing, Protoje, that song Where I'm From with Jashi.
Yes.
Again, Jashi is a dancehall, big in the dancehall right now. But the two of them come on that song, and it was just a vibe. I mean, that was my biggest song of last year.
Yeah,
you know, I just really love that tune. And you're right, it was just kind of a vibe, because, as you said, they do both respect Jamaica, and I think that's really what the song is about. They did the video in the National Stadium and everything. It was that song was all about them loving and being from Jamaica. So, when I'm talking about respect, there's another name in the industry that you did a tune with. I'd love to learn, like, find out how this all came about. But you did that tune with Alborosie.
Alborosie.
Bob.
Song called Fate.
Listen, oh my God, how could I forget? Let me tell you. Hey, might give you some backstory. Albo is one of the artists where was always encouraging me in music when I first started, like from beginning, right? It was outside of Protoje. It was Alborosie and Chronixx
Nice.
was who are the first artists to even ever step to me and be like, yo, you see what you do? Keep it up, and very encouraging and kind of welcoming with open arms. And so when we always know each other, always talk, and Albo was just like, all right, me I go that album, yeah, you go do that song, yeah. You go do a song.
Nice.
And I said, all right, cool. Like, what vibe you have, what vibe you want, what's the energy? And I mean, Alborosie is a legend in this.
Right.
I grew up listening to Blessings with him and Etana.
Yeah,
and,
man. True.
So again, when we say is a next, he's a man we take him craft seriously, where have so many years into this thing in music, and from the music and the instrumentation and the production and the mixing and everything, like he does it all.
Oh wow.
And he, you know what I mean, and he's knowledgeable, so knowledgeable in music, so serious about his music, and him love it too. So it's like him serious but not serious, like
Right.
it's fun. It's still fun after all these years for him to create, and so to be able to be in studio with him and voice the song with him, and see him, how him create. And yeah, trust me, like as a legend in this, we see an upcoming artist and be like, yo, come here, come be on my album.
Right.
Man, it was amazing. It was dope.
But you had to accept it, and I wonder, are there other people that don't get as far as you have, that don't make the impact that you have, because they really weren't willing to accept that that guidance, that embrace?
I don't know. I don't know, cause even looking at myself, I can. There's so much more to go. Like there's so much. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna reach nowhere yet. There's so much more to do. So much music to give. And as me, I look in my files at all of the unreleased music and everything. It's just like I haven't done what I need to do. So I am just like taking every opportunity that I feel aligns with the mission and the music and the message. Because even the Alborosie song, Faith, all I have is my faith. Like, there's no way I can say no to a message like that resonates so much with me as a person. Way faith carry me through a lot of things. So I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else. It's just, it's an industry where talent get you through, links get you through, being in the right place at the right time, making a right decision, and sometimes you make the wrong decision, and you hope for the best, and you keep trying, and you keep going.
Right. And that's the thing too, man. You just have to keep going. So I went to this car dealership yesterday because my fiance's daughter is looking for a car. Me being who I am, I'm gonna go first and kind of scope things out, and what I mean, and make sure she's good. So she wanted a white vehicle. They had a black one, so I left that place, went to the other place, and saw this young American Rasta dude. And for some reason, but I always do that though, right? I just started spitting some game to him, like as far as just like life in itself. And the one thing he grasped onto was, you can't stop time, right? Time is going to come. 5 years is coming anyway. Tomorrow is coming anyway. Next week is coming anyway. So the point was, whatever you do with that time, no matter how it feels, right? If just like you taking this interview, you didn't have to take this interview, you didn't have to do it. You know what I mean? But doing it might help us both. You know what I mean? So my point to him, and I can really tell that he took that. Hey man, 5 years is coming anyway. So whatever you do in that time, it's not going to stop time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to see him take that point is like, it kind of, what you said kind of remind me of that. It's like, man, hey, you do the things you do to get where you want to be, because no matter, what that thing is, you can't stop time,
That's true.
Look at me philosophizing. All right, go ahead, Neil.
So speaking of time, 5 years from now, the infamous question. 5 years from now, where is Jaz Elise? What is Jaz Elise doing? And who has Jaz Elise impacted?
Hopefully many more people, impacting many more people. Hopefully I do anticipate that you would have had a first album already. Maybe a second album as well.
Right.
But 5-year time, yeah, for sure. Full length album.
Right.
And just impacting more people at home in Jamaica and singing in many more stadiums, O2 Arena, you know, just keep doing what I'm doing. Maybe they're playing in a film or 2 or 3.
Nice.
And just still doing what I'm doing. And the name Jaz Elise would mean something to little girls and little boys from Jamaica.
Right.
And older men and older women from Jamaica. And I have to always specify that because there's no greater feeling than the respect of your own country. You know? It don't mean that internationally it doesn't matter, but this is my experience here. Some more the people at home feel she's inspirational to me. Her music matters to me, and when I listen to her music, as I say, they feel seen, they feel heard, they feel good, they feel emotional, they feel something.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm waiting to see some film. I want to see Jaz Elise in some film because I think Naomi and Savannah did a great job in the One Love film.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna look for that. I'm calling that for you.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta see it, man. You gotta see a couple things in the works already. So
nice.
Okay.
Nice.
You'll see.
Okay. Of course, before we let you go, I want you to give out, how people get in touch with you. But before that, just do me this favor and help me listen to one of my favorite songs of this year, 2024 and 2025. This is one of my favorites right here.
Come on.
Ooh, yeah.
Real love.
Every time you say goodbye, I wish I was going with you. Oh, a love so real I can't deny it. Yeah. Now sell a shop and you can't buy it. This love, real love. I won't take this thing we have for granted. Feel so good, so natural. No other one compared to you. You haven't. One kiss from you, so magical. Ooh, feel so natural.
Hey, look, my sister, let me tell you something. You see that song right there? I mean, all your songs are great, but you sang, I'm not going to curse, you sang this song. You know what I mean? From the time the beat dropped, oh man, it's
Give thanks.
wow.
Give thanks.
Awesome. You worked with Winter James on this?
No.
Well, who produced this song? Forgive me for not doing my homework.
Yeah, remember I was saying the JLL and Izzy.
Okay. Yeah. That's right. We talked about the whole tags and all that.
And I
stuff.
heard the JLL intro just before the
before
Izzy
this.
beats coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, you worked on Winter on a project, right? Did you?
Gratitude.
The Gratitude rhythm. Yeah. Okay. All right. So if people want to get in touch with Jaz Elise, where do they go?
Well, YouTube, Jaz Elise. You can find me on Instagram as Jaz Elise, Jazelise. Facebook, same thing. Twitter, Jaz Elise JA. TikTok, Jaz Elise JA.
Now we got TikTok back.
If you want to, yeah, I'm just getting into it now.
Yeah, me too. I
But yeah,
wasn't a TikTok person, but
if you want to stream my music, Spotify, Tidal, Apple Music, Pandora, oh my God, where else? Amazon Music, Audio Mac. Yeah, just YouTube.
Google me.
Google. Jaz Elise, yeah.
Yeah, my sister, nothing but love. It was such a great conversation. You know what I mean?
Oh man, thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, second time's a charm because we talked to you once before, but this was better.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It was, and you have so much work since then. I just can't wait to see, what the future holds. And as we tell everyone, please, anytime you get new music, send it across. We got you.
Oh, give thanks. Thank you
Definitely.
guys so much. I appreciate you.
Now go enjoy the hills and eat some of that fresh fruit.
Yes, I will.
No more love, my sister. Respect.
All right, blessings, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Respect.
One love.